Hi, my name is Ulrike from wombofjoy.com, and I'm a womb priestess and menstrual shamaness. My passion is to create sacred space for transitions, and I support women to heal their cycle, their menstruation, and their sacred sexuality. I experienced decades of suffering with my moon time, and almost since my first period, and whenever I started bleeding, I had severe cramps. My nervous system would collapse, I had to vomit, and so on. And I felt really uncomfortable. There was also a feeling of being completely overwhelmed with this whole cycle thing, as I called it. And I tried to find a way out of this suffering because it felt really like a curse. Now I can tell you, I tried everything. I took painkillers, I took the pill for a while, I used homeopathic stuff, I took herbs, I learned self-hypnosis and other relaxation methods. I changed my diet completely. I even had psychotherapy. I started to use pads instead of tampons. I started with yoga, learned womb massage. I also gave myself more rest because I realized that's important. And I even immersed myself in Tantra and much more. I tried to find a solution for this problem, for this discomfort. And I tried to plan my moon time, like really plan when my moon time would come in order to have less stress and work during those days. And I can truly say I wanted to control my cycle, which didn't work at all. I mean, the blood came whenever it wanted in unexpected moments, and no matter how hard I tried to plan it, felt very frustrating for me. And I just had so much pain. And it was also hard for my colleagues because I was unable to work properly when I was in so much pain, and each time I had to leave work. And at home with my beloved, oh my God, he always was in alert with me. That's what he said. Because he said I was so unpredictable. I had also strong PMS. And the first days of my blood were horrible. Like, I was so emotional. I was teary. I was also, I would say, quite aggressive sometimes. I felt so extremely vulnerable and often spacey and confused, and also anxious, irritated. So you can imagine when I heard about Diana's work in 2012, I think. Yeah, it was in 2012. I felt drawn to it immediately. I knew I had to do that, and I knew she had a key for me. And the first thing was a huge shift in my perception when I started working with her. My perception of what menstruation and the moon blood truly represent. Because the moon blood is the blood of life, and we treat it like waste and like something yucky. So for me, the most important thing was stopping to treat my moon blood like waste and to give it back to Mother Earth. And I learned that from Diana. I heard that the first time. I was also so helpful to hear about cloth pads and get in touch with my blood. What I also love about Diana's work is that she uses the power of ceremony and ritual that speak to the subconscious mind, and that she weaves in rituals so beautifully to help women release old things and invite in new things. It was something that was a huge gift for my soul. And then there came a moment when I felt so touched by the sacredness of being with my menstruation in a completely new and appreciating way. Because where there had been resistance and defense before, now all of a sudden there was reverence, and I felt in awe. I was really in awe. And the result was that the pain and cramps reduced significantly. My mood was still quite a challenge in the beginning because I still felt easily overwhelmed and needed to be on my own, really avoiding other people, especially on the first day of my blood. But I kept trusting my new path. It was not always easy, but it was so worthwhile, really so worthwhile. And I can truly say that if I hadn't followed my intuition to work with Diana, I wouldn't have received all those gifts. Because she and her work really were the first step for me into a new dimension of being a woman and of being with my cycle. So I thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much from my heart. Well, maybe you ask yourself now, how is my life right now? And I can tell you that it's starting to be joy and celebration, for which I'm very grateful. That's also why I called my work Womb of Joy, by the way. I continued my path of womb awakening, and with time I found even more peace within. And now even peace during my moon time. I feel so much more balanced since I started with free bleeding. And since last year, I can be around people when I started bleeding. I won't talk a lot, but I don't feel threatened or disturbed anymore by the presence of others, which is a huge relief. And I'm so grateful that I made peace with menstruation and found the gift that it truly brings, which is the gift of renewal and rebirth. And I so wish for you to find that peace and joy as well, because it is our birthright. When we as women make peace with menstruation and honor our blood, we do not only heal ourselves, we heal our relationships and we heal this world. And this is what we can truly do together. So take your first step and start with this precious work. And I'm sending you all my blessings and so much love. Bye bye.